Viagr Aboys, Viagr Aboys review. Man Made of Meat is a streamlined version of the Viagr Aboys template and a certified banger that sees the band looking for trouble at McDonald's, the LL Bean, know what I mean? It's as if Viagra wasn't giving them enough grief. They've got to go after these other conglomerate chains. I hope that the battle with LL Bean is worth it. The sophomore track, The Bog Body, doesn't hook my skin quite the way that Man Meat and the other leading single, which we'll talk about in a second. But Bog Body, it rocks. It just doesn't grab me the way the other songs do. It kind of makes me want to pursue a relationship with a bog woman. I think that it could be at least on par with being single. In any case, this is an experimentation done right. We haven't heard this version, this variety of quirkiness in the Viagr Aboys when they go in this direction with heavy loads of sax. What am I trying to say? You're not going to catch a disease from this bog body. So it's worth, dipping your toes in the bog body. Have you ever heard a song told from the perspective of a dog that's having some reservations about his doctor and pondering what these other creatures, he doesn't even know they're human, what these other creatures are doing as he sleeps a weird sleep? This is better. Uno 2 is better than anything the Beatles, Michael Jackson, or Pink Floyd's have ever written. I cannot fathom the lengths that I would go to become an animal that Sebastian Murphy sings about. However, I do have one complaint. I don't like croutons. Uno 2 is a smart song that makes me want to look up or get well versed in Swedish politics. Okay, all right. And that's going to be a big theme moving forward in this record is okay and all right. Those words just, they don't lose all meaning, they gain some meaning. Now track 4, we get the previously unheard Pyramids of Health. And it's a vibrant and twisted chunk of metal. Come on down. Bring your sacrificial goat and wear your feathers and your silly little stupid necklace. There's shrimp in the lyrics, of course. He is the shrimp because he doesn't have to prove he's best in show because he is best in show. 3! There's that one line that brings to mind in Pyramids of Health. That's what we're talking about. Pyramids of Health. There's that one line that brings to mind Sex and Candy from Marcy's Playground. And for that, I turn to dust. The down and rotten bass lines that we lick the bag for return on Dirty Boys with a Z, not an S. But it's also a song where the V-Boys expand what their sonic palette can accomplish with the guitar. There's gasoline and blood and incomprehensible babies. I love it. Sebastian was never a dirty boy before now. Gurgling noises and the like are the sexiest thing that you will ever hear in a song in my life, in your life. And I'm rotting inside. My flesh turns to dust. We talked about dust just a second ago. Dust, lust, rust, repercussions. Those were not Green Day references. You've never heard of them. You've never heard of Green Day. You have not heard of Green Day because I'm more punk than you, or you're more punk than me. I never really listen when I'm talking about myself. Yourself. I had to check. I really should proofread these scripts before I just turn the camera on, but I don't. I had to check the Medicine for Horses credits to see who was singing, because that does not sound like Sebastian. Is that Sebastian? Shrimp Tech Industry has no doubt injected him with microchips and hung him up on a chair in a basement with the goat and told his wife about it. That's what we've got here, because the Great Plains of North America have never been slandered so gloriously as the fluid is drained from his spine and sent back in time to 2004, when I was in a haunted, burnt down house in the woods on a mountain, and there was a radio tower and there were mason jars filled with blood, and we smashed them and we rubbed our hands in them, and we could have gotten a disease, but I don't think we did, and we never questioned why there were jars of blood on Paris Mountain. I do get name dropped on Waterboy before it pulls back to the themes of okay, all right, on which we've heard in previous tracks, and we get the first F word, right? There's probably been some F words like for or farting or for shrimp. Boy or water body. I can already tell this song is on the same level or notoriety as Uno, two, or Uno, dos. Raisins, that dude, I am that dude. I am that dude. Raisins, that dude. This is about me and the synthesizers and the crunchier guitars than usual. The bass guitars are just all doing magic stuffs. If you want heavier music from your Viagra Boys, you want it to be harder. Store Policy blends Death Grip's style with the slightly more pop sensibility, and shrimp. So much shrimp. I'm actually on a shrimp kick lately. I had grilled shrimp quesadilla from Mario's tonight before lying to my fictional wife about what exactly I was doing with that goat. I explained nothing to her. It was a good day. It was a good day. I was a shrimp day. Goat. As you 3333 me rolls over my veins and I die because the medicine doesn't enter my hole. This is a track that cements what this record is all about. It's slathery, slippery, gritty, kind of gnarly and polished when it doesn't fit the mold. There's that dichotomy of grime and musical expertise, like a Rubik's Cube of bad timing in your mind when you're about to come. Sorry, Stained. I elbowed Stained. Stain's over there. We're listen. We're saving Best in Show 4 for last! River King has Sebastian Murphy doing that alien voice he pulled out from under the couch on Medicine for Horses. That voice that I didn't recognize. I think it's him. Who else in Viagr Aboys is singing? He's crooning about Chinese food on a Monday night. I've experienced that. That's personal. This is a triumphant. This is a triumphant finale to a glorious ride of an album that is truly and finally genreless, yet gnarled and grateful in the right spots, the right pimples for the post-punk and nascent vulgarity that walked so that this could puke in its lover's face. 5 out of 5. Now, Best in Show. This is why we come to the Viagra Boys. the other songs, the concerts, the band members, the Adidas pants, Sebastian's sweet, sweet abs. But Best in Show 1, Best in toe shoe, boast in toe shoe, Best in Show 1 and 2. And what the fuck happened to 3? Best in Show 4. If you don't stream Best in Show 4 179 times before tomorrow, and I don't care what time zone you're in, don't talk to me about time zones. I don't go for that. I don't set my clocks back. I don't set them forward. You can't get more time. There's no way you can get more time. If you do not stream Best in Show 4 179 times at least before tomorrow, I hate you. And you are Batman.